I'm sorry, I'm gonna do a bunch of walking back and forth right now while I'm actually trying to come up with a real plan. So eliminate positions, right? Find the positions and then try to eliminate them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Find where you have to shoot everything and then try to either blend stuff together or take a position away, because the more you stop, that's more time. Yeah. So like, if I start here, I'm not gonna shoot at that one, you know, especially if there's no like real designated area where I have to shoot it from. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna run, and that way, I'm probably, like I said, about right here. I feel safe enough to shoot it and not get hit. I'm gonna break it down and go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna run down here and probably this rock, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm gonna run and load or probably whatever. But typically when you're figuring out a load plan for shotgun, that's another thing I took for granted. I shoot open, so I don't have to do this anymore. Yeah. You count backwards. So you start with 9 in the gun, right? So as you shoot targets, it'd be, I'd start at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now I know I have 2 in the gun. That tells me how much I can load. And I'm not keeping track of this throughout the thing. I'm doing this to figure out a load plan. Then I'm just autopilot. I know at this point I load 8. Yeah. Immediately load 8 whilst jogging. All right, because there's too much space. That's something I didn't talk about with loading. You don't always have to run, all right? Sometimes if I gotta load 8 from here to there, I don't wanna run and be like, fuck, like rush my load and now I'm just looking at targets. So like, come right here, load 8 and just walk slow, because I can only load as fast as I can load, but there's no reason to make that harder, right? Yeah. But that's not this situation. It's just brain dumping an idea I thought of. But so we're at 7 at this point. We've loaded 8 here. I'm gonna come left side of the rock, post up for just a second. 1, just to be safe, that's it. Yeah. It's not the fastest way to do it, but it's the safest. Shoot that one and immediately step off, shoot that guy. And then I'm gonna come around this rock or over. Oh, dude, I might try it. Shoot this guy and go, boom. Yeah? It's a little close, but
20.
I'll do it, fuck it, if I remember to. So over, boom, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna put it on safe. Right here. Just facing, you know, in a good direction. And draw my pistol, shoot this guy on the left, start moving forward. Then here, I'm shooting these 2 kind of on a creep, and then I'm running till I get right here, these 2, and then right here, this one, and I'm going past this rock, shooting my last 4.
Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by.
Oh.
9:41.
Do you like that? Oh, my slug.
Tired, isn't it?
That's hard.
All right guys, so I just finished running the river run here at Tactical Hyve. Super fun little course of fire, and this is something we see a lot in 3-gun stages or 3-gun matches. Some of the big 3-gun matches have these jungle runs where you've got target space all throughout a natural terrain course of fire. Some of the big things that you need to be aware of on that is when you walk the stage, know when you're planning to reload. All right, in this situation, I had my reloads planned out ahead of time. I knew we had a certain amount of targets here, a certain amount of targets here, and when I needed to start plussing up on my tube. With that being said, those first couple of targets took a few extra shots for me to knock them down. Some of them didn't even fall. Now the plates that are on here are designed for pistol, and so when I realized that they just weren't gonna fall down, I went ahead and moved past them. At one point, I even freaking went up and meleeed one and pushed it over because I shot it 2 or 3 times at least, and it hadn't fallen. I'm like, no, we're not dealing with that today. You're going down. So in that situation, obviously, in a competition, they're gonna have you reshoot it. They're gonna make sure everything's set up properly for the shotgun. In this situation, it was just a lot more fun. As I worked through the course of fire, at one point, I had my slugs fall off on my belt. I knew at the end I had a slug target. I needed to make that shot up. So I went ahead and stopped, picked up one of the slugs, held it in my hand the rest of the stage while I continued to work through and continue to shoot. As we moved through the course of fire, I noticed that the closer I got to those targets, the more likely they were to fall, just because the pattern is holding a little bit tighter. Now, in this situation, I was running a diffusion choke, which opens up the pattern a lot, and it's not gonna put as quite a big of an impact on these steel targets as if I had choked down to maybe an improved cylinder or a modified choke, something like that, that's gonna keep my pattern tighter. So looking back on it, if I were to do it again, I would definitely choke up. One thing that the diffusion does allow me to do is not get such a precise sight picture on those targets. So with the steel targets that we have here, it's not as big of a deal, but if you have clay targets, you definitely want to be swinging that shotgun right past those targets and try not to stop on it. My goal is to let that shotgun just kind of continue to move. We take that shot as that pattern circle kind of envelops the clay. So anywhere in that area where the front sight post is within a foot of the clay, I can go ahead and break that shot, and I'm not standing there aiming and taking a long time to actually get a sight picture like we're shooting a rifle or something. So that's using the shotgun to its full advantage. The last takeaway from this little river run is making sure that I'm loading on the move. I don't want to stop and stand while I'm loading. Even when I'm shooting, I'm continuing to move my feet. If you come to a complete stop, it takes time to get started back up again. And even if you're just taking small steps, continuing movement is always the way to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you check out some of the other videos we got with the shotgun stuff this past week. It's been a lot of fun. We've covered a lot of different topics, and I'll see you on the range soon.